Today was the final treatment for the soaking with the TrueColor solution. And in other news, I recently sold a pack of TrueColor solution to someone in Cali, but unfortunately the post office mentioned that to the US, unless it's a registered product and like it has all the licensing with the registration and the ingredients and whatnot, unless it's a registered product, it won't make it past customs. So unfortunately I won't be selling the solution like originally planned. But what I will be doing is for the people that have already donated to me and any future donators over $28 donation, I'll give you the formula to make it yourself, and from there you can decide what to do with it. I just ask that you don't share the recipe openly online, since I can't sell the product itself. The only way I can try to monetize it is selling the formula. So if you're interested, just make a donation on the Ko-Fi page and I'll email you the formula that I use with a few more people with the recipe in hand. Hopefully more experiments can go on and we can see if there's a way to optimize it better or just keeping it how it is. If you choose, you can resell it. I can't really stop you from doing whatever you want with the formula once you have it. I just ask that you don't openly share it, since that's going to be the way that I'm going to monetize it. Before I sold this, I did research extensively if it was viable to even try to sell this, with the main market being in the States. And I did go through all of the restricted and other limitations, and as long as it was labeled containing a non-dangerous liquid, I was under the impression that I could ship to the States. But the post office made it very clear that I could even ship it, but it would be lost to customs. Any liquid, even pastes and shampoos and stuff, will all be barred at customs, so it's not worth it. I went through all this trouble making it waterproof and leak resistant and everything, but oh well. I'm very grateful to the buyer. They just ended up giving it to me as a donation, and I'm very grateful. And yeah, I'll be to the donators that have already sent me money in the past. Even if you don't ask me, I'll be emailing you as long as you donated over $20. And hopefully someone else can test this themselves and verify my results. If you choose to resell it under a different brand, that's completely fine, but at least mention that it's using this formula, just so we can have like a collective allotment of the results. So if you decide to sell this yourself, say under a different name, it doesn't matter, product X, just give a mention that it's based on this recipe or this idea, and then we can work from there. And if you make a modification, that's completely fine. You don't need to share it, but it would help just to have a collection of the results from your product in comparison to this one and going forward. So yeah, if you're interested in having the formula for TrueColor, any donation over $20, I'll email you the recipe. And if you make a donation over 50, I do have more experiments that I don't share. It may or may not be worthwhile for you, but it's things like proven methods to induce a false variegated. I don't share that openly since I don't want people to abuse it. There's another product that is also very cheap and accessible to everyone that you can basically reset your plants. And if you have a weak, for some reason your plant is struggling when it shouldn't be, either through excessive sun or salt fertilizer or something, and you think your plant should be healthy and it's not, you can basically force it to ignore all the stresses, and it'll green up and grow, and it'll rebalance the hormones in it. And I don't share this one as well openly since growers can easily abuse this. I personally only used it when I was experimenting with plant growth hormones. I used it to basically reset my plants after experimenting with very high levels of plant growth hormone. And within like a few days to a week, I could notice that the effects of the growth hormone were basically nullified and the plant was normal again. So $20 donation, you'll get the recipe to TrueColor, the foliar for green and bold plants, as well as increasing alkaloids and secondary metabolites. It should increase in other plants as well, and with fungi if you're into mycelium. A 2 milliliter to 1 liter water solution applied to your substrate before pasteurizing or sterilizing. You should also get a faster fruiting and possibly a small increase in alkaloid content, but that's still needs to be tested. That's just theoretical. So $20, you'll get the recipe to TrueColor. $50 and more, I'll also provide a few more experiments I've done that I don't share openly due to the high chance of abuse through growers and sellers. But since I can't monetize selling this product, I just considered selling my experience, I guess. So if you're interested, I'm going to set up I'm not even going to set up a sale. I think they take commission. Just make a donation, $20 or more, I'll give you the recipe for TrueColor. And $50 or more, I'll give you just a few more obscure experiments and compounds that you can use to have different results from your plants. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I was pretty upset that I can't easily sell this overseas since it's not a registered product. I did waste some funds getting the vials and the labels and everything. Spent 2 years researching the best products, whatever, but that's fine. Life goes on. You can replicate it and make it basically infinitely yourself. If you have a large collection, this may even come out cheaper than if you were to buy the product itself. And yeah, I want to thank all of my donators. Many of you have never asked me anything in return. One of you have even never asked me a question at all. But I do really appreciate it. I'm still having a hard time trying to find something to monetize. I do not intend on selling plants or clones. If you have someone here in Brazil that would send it to you, I can ship it to them and then they can handle it. But for now, I'm not selling clones, I'm not selling seedlings, and I'm pretty sure I won't be selling seeds, but who knows, maybe in the future. And so this was a bust for monetizing, and I'll look for something else. Something worthwhile, worth your money, and help support this hobby and make a little side hustle gain. So yeah, now in 2 weeks I'll leave this sitting here for another 2 weeks, and then I'll extract everything and share the results I got.